When one compares the way the British colonized, let's say, for example, India, to the way they colonized Nigeria, I know it's a stupid question, but part of my question is, do you think they should have colonized Nigeria longer, and do you think it should have been more direct, unlike the indirect kind we had in Nigeria? Because if you look at the way India was colonized, India kind of benefited a lot more. For example, their bureaucracy, for example, in India, I think it was ISS, had a lot of British influence.
This comparison is not correct, and I'll try my best to explain. Unlike us, the Indians never became vagrants. India and Indians have retained their culture, their spiritual essence, and their belief system. The Indian gods are Indian. They don't have blondes as their gods. They have not given up on their heritage. The Nigerian is essentially a vagrant, a vagabond. Vagabonds are those without root. Ask him to speak to his father. He's speaking to the God of Abraham, the God of Jacob, and the God of Isaac. Or he's facing Saudi Arabia. Right now, the Christians are fasting. The Muslims are fasting. But evil has overtaken our land. Tell them to swear in the name of Ogun, and they will be afraid. But ask them to carry the Bible and be swearing. They are very, very comfortable with it. They are not connected spiritually to what they profess. Indians have held on to their original civilization. They've held on to their original spirituality. They've not rendered themselves hollow, rejecting everything that should stand at their foundation as we have. So when you look to the Indian, you find a person who is aware of his humanity, who understands that he's a transient being, who will pass through this place and leave. So he's in a hurry to play his part. It's not that he's holier than we are, he's not more intelligent than we are, but he is focused on dealing with issues that are confronting him today so that his children will not have to deal with it tomorrow. He is not existential. They are just as poor as we are here, but they don't focus solely on waking up and sleeping. Eat, sleep, rinse, and repeat. They understand the need to project into the future and to then walk towards that future that they have projected into. We don't have that here. Our people have been rendered completely existential. India has had a continuous period during which the focus has been on national development. It has established a country governed by law. It has established a democracy where ethnicity and religion does not determine outcome the way ours do. Even if ethnicity and religion determines outcome, it will be suggestive of an imperfect democracy, right?
Yes.
In this place, even the ethnicity and religion does not even determine outcome. It is fraudulent INEC officials who tell us tall tales of how they switched off, how something was switched off, or how somebody was attacking a system that had been advertised as being impregnable. So you can't compare the two. It's apple and pineapple. The Indians are focused on building a viable, sustainable state. The Nigerian is focused on building personal wealth and enterprise based on extraction of public assets and privatizing them for private use. So they are not the same, but the problems are deep. It's not about the persons, it's not that we lack intelligence, it's about the structure of the governance, the rule of law, the supremacy of that rule of law, the primacy of citizenship. It's exact opposite. We are not in the same race as the Indians.